The Madina Zongo footbridge is an issue that we are all trying to address recently. I mean, it became necessary for us to for the government to construct something like that because of the rate of pedestrians that were being knocked down by cars. You know, that main road actually links to every eastern region, so it's a very busy road. Now, this particular bridge is like the bridge of almost you have the wall of Jericho, and then it's more or less like the bridge of Jericho. It's very it's very long, and sometimes when you are looking at from a layman's point of view, it seems more like unreasonable, right? Because the whole engineering of the bridge seems like something that is it's not carefully thought, right? It's not something that you say, but why would you sit down and then create or construct something tall like this? Like, what? You see, the most painful thing is you are standing on the opposite side of the bridge, okay, and then you are watching directly at where you want to go, maybe the opposite side of the road, and then you are looking at the bridge like this, and then you look at how the bridge is logologi, and then you have to go and climb. And Charlie, sometimes, honestly speaking, before God and man, if you are not careful, you use the road, you cross the road and go to the other side, especially when you are in a hurry. So most of the people, like, they have ignored the bridge and they are using the roads, and which has it's causing a lot of problems, right? Because it's recorded that almost every day somebody gets knocked down by a car. Now it's this is a very dicey issue to talk about, because me, honestly, I have to be honest. Sometimes when I'm there, when I get to that Madina, it's from Madina. One is at Madina Zongo Junction. The next one is at Madina Redco, and then we have one at Red Junction. Yes, somewhere Red Junction Assemblies. Then the last one is around West African Senior High School. That's WAS, right? And these bridges, when you are standing there, Charlie, me cry when I get there. Sometimes when I look at the stress I have to go through back and forth, sometimes, Charlie, I want to use the road and cross it. So I'll be a hypocrite if I say that I'm going to sit here and criticize the people that are actually using the road, because I know it's very tempting. Not all the time that I use it. Sometimes I do use it. I'm guilty. I have to stop. I'm not going to pretend. But the thing is, it's a bad thing that we all have to stop. But then, what caused that particular footbridge? Why is it so long? What is the issue? Now, from what we've gathered, the thing is, they don't have enough space. They didn't have enough land to construct it. Like engineering, in terms of engineering the bridge. You see, there's not enough space, because some of the lands around the bridge belongs to people, individuals. And then if the government is not careful, or the constructors were not careful, or are not careful about how they construct the bridge, now they would have to probably have issues with land issues with some of the owners. So they had to sort of engineer it in a way that it would be useful. I mean, it would be legal. Let me put it that way. It will be engineer-wise, that will be legal. That, okay, now where the bridge is passing will not be a place whereby Kojo Mensa or Antiama will say, okay, you are invading or you are encroaching on my land. So that's the reason. That's what we are getting. Some people also said that it's for disabled people. They actually did it with the mind that, okay, it will be disabled. Like, for disabled people, it will be friendly for them, so that they wouldn't have to stress so much with maybe using the bikes and stuff, which is, Charlie, it's amazing. I think it's very well, it's a thoughtful thing, but some people are also saying that, okay, if it's for disabled people, how many percentage of Ghanaians are actually in that bracket, right? So how useful is that mindset, right? So that's just one of those things. But from sources and from verified sources, the reasons for that construction is basically because they don't want to encroach on other people's land. Now the real issue is people are ignoring the bridge and then using the road, crossing the road. It's very, very dangerous. I don't have to tell you. Sometimes I'll be standing there and then watching people crossing, and then, Charlie, it's almost like, it's like, yo, this is very, very dangerous. But it's amazing how people cross. Some even will be holding their kids and then going through the crowd. Like, Charlie, if you're not careful and somebody steps on the sole of your friend, your Charlie or something, Charlie, that be you forsake your last prayer. But you see, that's the reality of the thing. I mean, sometimes I feel like some of these things, um, it should be user friendly, okay? Because you are not constructing it as a construct. I don't know the reason why, but we know Ghanaians. I mean, psychologically, Ghanaians wouldn't like to use that bridge. From the way I know my people, as Charlie, when we know that this is the right road, this is a simple road, we are going to use that now, it's going to be difficult. But this is the issue at hand now. I don't know whether you used the bridge recently or you've seen people, maybe you are driving and then you see people rushing. Charlie, I think you should be careful with how you judge people, because the truth is, I know some people are watching me that normally use the road instead of going to use that long bridge, because sometimes you are in a hurry. Maybe you are going to work, and then maybe you are late, you're already late, and then you have to go and use that bridge. It's very, it's sometimes stressful. But then, I mean, we have to also be law-abiding citizens. Say, the thing was, we were actually complaining that we had issues with the fact that there were no footbridges and people were being knocked down. I think the whole issue came about when there's a student of West African Senior High School was knocked down in 2018, where the residents around that area were actually protesting that maybe they should construct something like that. And then they did the construction. Somebody don't know if the government was annoyed, because it was like, okay, you want it now, we'll give it to you, but we will sort of stress you in the process of getting what you want. But I mean, that's just aside. But that's why this whole thing came into existence. But Charlie, personally, if you ask me, I think I don't know which side to be, but all I would say is we should just try and be a law-abiding citizen in this country. Bridge in Ocean what too much. Probably you should take an Uber or take a Chosky, right? I know it's difficult, but for your health and for your life, okay, for the sake of your life, right? And right now, you know, say Ghana is very hard. So if you go and cross the road and then you are not lucky and then you get knocked down, Charlie, because money no day. You get it. So you have to be very careful. It's better to actually go through the stress of climbing that bridge, right? As I'm talking, I'm also advising myself, because sometimes I do use it, so I don't want to be a hypocrite. So it's better for us to use the bridge than to use just the road, because it's very risky, and then we will have to desist from it. Because for every day registering that some people get knocked down by a car, Charlie, I think it's very bad. I don't know about you, whether you have used the bridge or you use the road. I think if you use the road, it's quite evident there's no way you're going to use that particular route to Ebri or any Adenta or East Legon without really realizing that particular issue. Because when you get there, you realize there's a rush hour there. People are rushing to get to the other side, and Charlie, sometimes they get very scary. So that's the issue with regards to the footbridge in Madina, Redco, Assemblies, and WAS. Charlie, the one at WAS, okay, the student I've never seen a WAS student on that bridge before. No, like for real, I've never seen a WAS student on that bridge. That one at WAS, but I barely see people on it. When you use that bridge, the camera woman is saying that when you use that bridge, Charlie, you don't see a soul. I don't know how people manage to cross the road. Okay, I think there is a road when you get to WAS. There's a crossing part around KFC, so people use that route to the other side. Yes, so they don't normally use the footbridge that much. I think around that area. But when you get to Assemblies, there is nothing like that. If you want to use that the crossing part through the main road, then you would have to sort of come all the way to Ridge Junction and then do U-turn, which is very stressful. So most people, they will either scale that particular. You see, there is a barricade that sort of divide the lanes. So they will scale that barricade and go to the other one and then target. Then you see people targeting the cars and then watching. Okay, they have to be careful. They know it's risky, but Charlie, that's what sometimes they do. And one issue is people like the one at Madina. A friend is saying market women are actually selling on the bridge, and it makes it very uncomfortable, especially when there's a lot of people around and there's rush hour. There's a lot of people selling on that bridge. So that's also another story. When you talk to them, they will tell you that she can't do it, and then they would have to find a way to earn a living. But like I say, if the government is not able to provide some form of jobs for people, then it's very difficult to actually even find a task force, a way to sort of punish people doing some of these things that are supposed to be illegal, because there are no jobs, and the government is aware that people have to find ways to eat. Since they are not robbing, and they would have to, this is the little one they have to do to survive. Sounds like it's very difficult for them to even go against these market women. So, Charlie, when it comes to Ghana issues, something I don't even want to talk about. So not because I'm not a patriotic citizen, but I feel it's very delicate, and when you talk about Charlie, so sometimes Charlie, but we have to do what we have to do too. But with that one said, Charlie, I'll end today's edition of Trends on KDM, and I will see you on the other side. Peace.